It's hot. It's hot. This is the man that did it. We are traveling back to Atlanta from Florida. And he made me come to dinner.
Tell the whole story. Tell the entirety of the story.
The story as I know it.
No, the story as in the truth.
The story, but as I know
not the
this.
spin. No.
That's no spin.
Yes, it is. Don't give me no Fox News spin.
Are you calling Fox News?
Or MSNBC spin. Or
Wanna
CNN
give you
spin. Tell the total
the
truth.
Which is, he did ask. Well, first,
Put your seatbelt
upon
on.
my rising in the morning, he gave a time of departure. And 3 hours before the time, he was already seated, ready, looking at me. As I was still resting. I am one of God's chosen vessels, and I need rest. However, we moved past that. He said he would have breakfast of sorts. All right. So we're looking at options, and he goes on, because he says, as I pointed out to him yesterday, that there was a Denny's across the street from where our location was. So that in my mind, since he has proven during this whole trip that he does not like to answer questions, but rather to give responses. And you should infer from what he's giving what the actual answer is.
That's not a fact. That is an assumption or an
That
opinion.
is what has happened.
That is
Have
an
I
opinion.
not, over and over during the course of this trip, said to you, Mario Brown, hey, so what is the answer? Have I not asked several times?
Have you not answered any questions I've given?
See,
Anyway,
so
you love to deflect.
question-
But anyway,
Question
proceed.
that you all can gather that he's a little upset about the fact of me calling him out. And I get it.
Hey, you're not going.
Oh, that's what this is about. This is calling you out. And so I wouldn't do this unless I love him. I love him. And,
So publicly shaming me before millions. This is not. By the way,
Possible.
I feel no shame in this at
possible.
all.
Possible.
So if this is
It's
if
not-
that is
it's
your
not-
goal,
That's you're stretching this. I don't have a million followers. And I don't see this going viral. So, nonetheless, we continue on our journey. He gets on the highway after we leave. Well, I thought that we were stopping to eat first. We decide. So he does ask me. It is a fact. He does ask me, what was it that I preferred? I didn't have a preference. I'm not that difficult, in that regard. I can get something from anywhere.
you gave me one exclusion. What was it?
Wait, I'm telling the story as it went in sequential order.
Okay,
Was it not from the beginning?
go ahead. Go, all right.
When I go
All
wrong,
right.
let me know. Not when I'm not speeding along.
Okay.
Hastefully. So, we're en route, start out our journey. Stops I believe, get gas. And there was nothing sufficient in that area that he deemed noteworthy. I agreed. Silently. I don't even think I said it. I just did agree, yeah, these are not good options. He was like, well, not to worry. There's always a Cracker Barrel on about every exit. It won't be long before Cracker Barrel happens. Now, because of, again, his historical happenings, it said to me that we are now going to Cracker Barrel. Right? That was my mind. Okay. I love Cracker Barrel. Absolutely love it. As we get back on the highway, what do we see at almost the very next exit?
Exit 3.
Exit 3. I'm going to assume that. You see that? You see how that happened? That was not a yes. That was exit 3. Now I said the very next exit, and you said exit 3. That's not saying yes or no. That is giving information to assume that we were at exit 2. I don't know that.
At exit 1.
See, so it was not. You see what I'm saying?
It was the next exit. It skipped.
See, you see all this work that could have been alleviated by just saying it was the next exit. Whatever the exit was, right? That's how he has been doing. God has shown his hand and allowed him to prove what I'm saying is fact. So as we're nearing exit 3, we see the signage for all of the, and there were several. There was a Denny's, there was a Cracker Barrel, there was like 4 or 5 of them different. Wendy's, there was
McDonald's.
And McDonald's was in there as well. And I said, and so he asked again out of his good graciousness, said, hey, which one do you prefer? I don't really have a preference except McDonald's. Not this morning, not in this hour. And so he said, fine. He said, I told you Cracker Barrel's on every...
No. I did not get you because we were already getting off at the Cracker Barrel exit.
We were getting off at the Cracker Barrel.
There was no need for me to say that.
But he was reiterating. He said, I told you that there was a Cracker Barrel.
I said that before that.
Either way, it had been said again.
Quit your order.
It had been said again.
Quit your order.
Okay, fine. That's fine. So we get off at the Cracker Barrel exit. So you are
at exit 3.
Which you just said was Cracker Barrel exit.
It included all those other
You just
options.
said. You see how he's trying? Because he see where this is going, and he don't like it. So he's trying to augment what he said before.
I'm not augmenting.
Yes, you did, because before you said it was the Cracker Barrel exit. Now you're saying the Cracker Barrel, exit 3 that included. Yes, it did, but again, as we have set this up, my mind now is saying we're going to Cracker Barrel.
As you had already pointed out to your faithful viewers and listeners, that when we were getting off on exit 3, I again gave you an option. And you said it does not matter except for McDonald's.
So we get off on, I'm running this now, wait a minute. Now you just wait. Watch these words and these tones. So we get off, we make the turn, and there is, I go back into, I was playing a game. So I go back to playing my game because I see that we're turning into the Cracker Barrel arena, to that turn for Cracker Barrel. I look back up as we park, and I am sitting in the lot of Denny's. What happened? So I have already fixed my mind on what meal I'm going to have at Cracker Barrel, what I'm going to get, so that we can, because we're hastily trying to come on back, get on up the road to Atlanta. So I look up in confusion, like, well, maybe, because the lot is literally footsteps away from Cracker Barrel as well. So maybe there's too much, there was not enough parking. Or he may have missed it, was like, well, we can get here and walk across. I like to walk, so maybe he's think, it should be fine. Those are my thoughts. So I mentioned, Denny's. He said, yeah. And it sounded like that he was saying, yes, it's Denny's, this is where we're going. But because, again, he doesn't like to give complete thoughts of real answers, I need to be sure. Are we going?
What was the question?
I said, we're at Denny's.
And what was my answer?
Yeah.
That time I actually answered your question.
It was not even a question. I said, we're at Denny's. You affirmed.
No, the inflection in your voice.
Now we're going with inflection. You see how all this just changed? You people build your hope on things that are eternal. Sit on a solid rock called Jesus, because that ain't solid.
It's solid.
Inflections now. So he has me going into Denny's with Cracker Barrel. Like, who chooses Cracker Barrel? So wait. Who chooses Cracker Barrel over Denny's? I'm like, now what does this mean? But as I'm looking around, there are not a lot of cars on this lot. My first mind said, well then, I guess it won't be as long of a wait, blah, blah, blah. But my feet slowed, because that also tells me that perhaps this is not a good choice. Not many people, it could be that this lot is, how they say, you always know that a place is good when there's a lot of business, a lot of traffic. People must like it. So if it's empty and available, it's probably a reason, like service, food, or something else is not good. So that part of me stopped my feet. So he looks at me chewing this gum.
Lies. I had no gum in my mouth after.
Maybe he was just chewing cud in his mind. Yes, Elder? Something you need to say. I'm sitting there like, I know you can lie. Like, I just don't feel Jesus in this. I just don't. Oh my God. We get inside, and he's like, no, come on. I gave you options, but sir, Cracker Barrel. That's what I'm saying. I haven't made it inside yet. I said, sir, but Cracker Barrel is right here. Like, oh no.
I know he makes himself sound real modest, sir. But Cracker Barrel, nobody knows. Anybody that knows you knows that you don't talk that gentle to anybody.
But I was this morning. So you're saying I wasn't this morning?
I'm saying you were not that gentle.
He snatched me up and dragged me inside of this place. Upon entering, I smelled an odor I was not liking. I did. I did not like the look of the people, the servers. I just didn't feel it was correct. It just didn't feel like wholesome, you know? And I'm like...
That was your internal bias.
And so I go to the window because I can still see the sign and people who are smiling, entering and leaving Cracker Barrel. And so, nope. This is what nope. Come on back. This is where we're going. But sir, we're so close to a good time. And I would have thought since our last meal.
Oh my God.
What in Jacksonville that was recommended turned to be a total flop. That you would want to go to somewhere that you know has a standard.
You know, you would have won me over had you made that argument, but you did not. That's a legitimate fact.
I couldn't get there because it was too early in the morning.
Now,
I only had 1 cup of coffee at the hotel. So I just wasn't processing quick enough to be able to bring these arguments. Oh, but I spoke as gently as I could.
Now,
and said, please.
Inside, did I not give you the option to go? While we were inside, after we put our name on the list, I still said to you, if that's what you want, we can go. And what did you do?
At that point, our name was already on. We had already made a commitment.
Oh, please.
I am a man that loves his commitment.
I've given you several outs, and you took none of them. And now
I said to him, sir, wherever you would like to go. See, I was practicing this gentle spirit. I wasn't flip-flopping between harshness, aggressiveness, and just I was on a continuum in a meek. It's a Sunday morning. It's the Lord's Day.
Oh, please.
It is the. It's not the Lord's Day?
It's the Lord's Day. Well, every day is the Lord's Day.
Well, it's the Lord's Day.
Second of all,
to the black church.
Have you seen
the black church always makes Sunday.
Have you seen the way that you handle the believers from the pulpit on a Sunday morning?
It is
not gentle.
I handle them like an under shepherd. And the shepherd has a rod and it has both a hook and a straight part. And sometimes they need the hook. You gotta snatch them. But don't we always get to glory? I'll wait. Don't he always show up?
He shows up.
Okay, you're not going to do that to my name. I worked hard to walk in this love of Jesus and his anointing power. Now, just because the saints need to be controlled and pulled, that's not my fault. I'm only here to do.
You hear the tone and the inflection?
Here, now, because he came against my Jesus and my ministry. That's my ministry he's talking about.
The same way we went inside.
That is not true, people. People, I'm telling you.
Your tell is crazy.
I'm telling you.
My God.
And so we get into the place just to move the story along. We sat down and we were utterly disappointed.
Loretta.
Well, and the pancakes were actually good. Mine were, and his was.
Were good. Yes.
But he did not. I don't know why he didn't enjoy it. He had a omelet that had like turkey bacon, spinach, caramelized onions. I'm sure, tomatoes and cheese, some type of cheese. Yeah. He did not enjoy that. Was his testimony. I had a lumberjack, which I'm glad I ordered only because it wasn't a lumberjack. It was a regular. Like the portion size had, like they were trying to stretch. The truck hadn't come with the rest of the food, so they were stretching.
No, that's why you got bigger pancakes because it was lumberjack.
Mine was and again, the pancakes were good. That's fine, but everything else were it was okay except now they brought me these grits.
Oh my God!
That were stones, rejected. They brought me the denied stones and called them grits and put 1.5 pounds of butter. To try and soften it up.
And you asked for a second bowl, did you ever get
And I asked for a second bowl, never got that. Madam Waitress was a little overloaded. with the regular amount of people. Because that wasn't an excessive amount of people, and she just was overloaded. It wasn't her day. She hadn't walked in the strength of Jesus. Hey, Jody. Hey, classy brother said hey.
Hey. Good morning.
Jody said hey.
Hi. Good morning.
Hey, Shereen, you don't know her.
I don't know her.
But tell her hi anyway.
Hello. Good morning.
And Ebony.
Good morning.
Those are the Milwaukee people.
Hi, Milwaukee.
Oh, Malik is on here, and Robert is on here. Ariel's on here. Okay, hey everybody. So yes, I just wanted you to know that you got to follow Jesus, and I wanted you to know because I made a post on Facebook. This is a subsequent. This thing right here, this live is a subsequent event to the post I put before I even got the meal of no. This is not right. So I came to affirm that it was correct. No. That was not right.
Did you eat all your eggs?
No.
Okay.
I did not. The eggs came out right. I ordered mine extra, scrambled extra light. I like them extra light.
They cooked appropriate?
And they were cooked appropriately.
So
what was wrong?
What was wrong with
the stones?
Food? That's it?
No, actually, the bacon had been cooked at 6 a.m.
You have proof of this?
That's what they taste like. And they didn't cook all the way. They didn't cook them all the way in hopes that by the time they stand under that heating lamp, it will finish cooking. But the heating lamp must have went out. So they just got still old and still soft. It was gross. Only because it was bacon did I show my respect. Because bacon gets respect. Sausage wasn't that wasn't hitting on nothing. Half of because on the lumberjack you get a ham too, steak ham. Half of the steak ham was moist, the other half was dry, like they were cooked in the Sahara Desert. It was terrible. It was. My lemonade was fine. They did warn me about sulfuric water.
Really?
Tell me I'm lying. I will repent between God and these people. Tell me, she did not tell me that the water was full of sulfur. And unless you have been raised in this area, you are not going to appreciate that.
That's what she said. That's
sulfuric water.
Now, but the same sulfuric water would have been available across the street at the Cracker Barrel in the same area.
We don't know. We don't know. Maybe they have purifiers. Maybe they have something on their water that when it comes out, it takes out sulfur. Patrick says, hey.
Hello, Patrick.
Carl.
Hey. Hi.
And Shay says hi.
Hey.
One of my lessons that I learned.
How to embellish? You already knew that.
How to tell the truth.
No, how to embellish?
See, I logged on to my Facebook.
In my car.
It ain't your Wi-Fi, nigga. I'm using my own. You trying to take me somewhere. You trying to take me somewhere. Elliot says, hey.
Somerville?
Yeah.
Hey.
When you got to know those, the Bible speaks of knowing those who do labor among.
God.
Oh, it's Sunday morning. And I take church with me because I am the church. I'm like, I just want you all to know that you got to know them that labor among you. I've known my brother for, oh my God, copious amounts of time.
You don't even know.
I do know. It's been for the better part of 10 years.
More than that.
The better part of. You got to know.
Oh, hey.
I guess that's trouble in Zion. So, you pray for us as we journey on. Because they're doing something new up there.
Yeah,
the police are up on the. Well, how
they do that because they radio or they'll come down the side like this. They'll see you and they'll come this way.
Oh, Oh, well.
Excuse my language, people. On Sunday.
Well, you only said
You heard
the
words
place.
in church.
You said the place. You didn't give the verb. It looked like hell.
No, I meant the cuss word.
God often gives us grace and outings. We have to take them. But be very sure not to assume. I esteem my brother Mario, Elder Mario, as a very he's conservative.
Yes.
He has a mildly refined palate.
Okay, we're going there. All right, go ahead.
He knows good eateries, and how to, in my opinion, judge between clean and unclean. But the devil
This
sometimes
was not great.
Sometimes does not play fair.
Have you never had a bad experience at Crackle Barrel?
Not with their food. I've had bad experiences with like service.
Okay.
But my food has always been appropriate.
Okay.
The stench has never been there.
So you asked me to. Well, a part of that is walking into Cracker Barrel. Sometimes is akin to walking into Abercrombie and Fitch. They love their aromas and their smells in that country store that you smell coming in. So you really wouldn't get a true sense of what the smell in the kitchen is like.
I'm not really sure, because the Lord has abounded, my dear brother. So walking into Abercrombie and Fitch may be more frequent than some of us who may walk into Marshall's.
Lord, help me to decide to say what's on my mind.
Of those
and the
of
words
us
that are on my tongue.
who have to perhaps frequent shirts that are $9.99 versus $99.99 on sale. Yeah. So I'm not as I told you, he has a refined, in food it's mildly, but in other things it's very high end.
Punch you in the face.
So it was my fault to assume that everything was parallel, that he did not have substandards
Oh my gosh.
for food and eateries. Because there's no way David Glover would have, unless there was some real reasoning, have seen two places sitting side by side and not chose the better.
I have gone to
Choose
Denny's
the better, people.
I've
gone to Denny's before because it was the only option. It was not sitting side by side.
I went there for two reasons. One, I'd gone there before and they were good.
To that very one?
No, I've never been to that city before.
Okay.
And the second one is because of time.
Okay.
We got a long way to go. Now their service was probably as slow as we could have probably eaten at Cracker Barrel at the same amount of time.
See, when you choose the
Those
better,
things we had not known.
when you choose the better will come to you. The better will come to you. When you choose the better, God will make the way for you. God will open the door. He's faithful. But when you choose sub and par and mediocrity, you're left to your own vices. And these things are rife with contingencies that may not work out. Today they didn't work out. Shake your head no. Did they work out, brother? Did they work out, brother?
I'm holding myself.
These are the things I told you about earlier. He refuses to answer questions.
I'm holding myself.
But we'll give you just simply a response. We're praying his strength.
Please do.
Point your hands in that direction. Point your hands to
Point
this
your
phone.
point your hands at this young man. That
And
I
say-
might not strangle
and just
him
say,
all the way
Lord,
to
do
Atlanta.
it. You don't have to have, God knows what to do for the young man. He knows how bad his mind is. That his judgment was impaired this morning. That he did not seek the will. Even after the prophet stood still and said, no.
Are you kidding me? Are you freaking kidding me?
Even after
now you walk in the prophetic.
I stand and live. I don't just walk
as
out
it pertains to The Crackle Barrel versus...
Oh, he saw everything, and he's everywhere.
That's stupid.
Oh my God! Oh, the omnipotentness of God is stupid.
No, I mean, God needs to tell you what it is.
He don't need to. He had already did it in my body. It stopped me. Did you not see me stop? Like a retarded child, I stopped.
Oh my God! I'll use your word. That's stupid.
They say I prayed and consulted to God about it, but it manifested in my body. It's prayed in my. Charlene, I do see you. I know we're having fun on here, but I will pray for you. I definitely will remember you in prayer. But yeah, you should have. Oh, we're missing the signs of the times because we're not watching and praying. We're not praying and watching. That we don't enter into temptation. How'd you like the service?
She had a sweet spirit.
She did have a sweet spirit. Still.
She never met a stranger.
But she was just clearly overwhelmed. I think her saving grace was that she did have a sweet spirit because she was in over her head with 4 people. She couldn't make this smoothie. She was walking around with the bananas to make it. Young girl was waiting on her smoothie for 20 minutes. She said, I got the banana. Ma'am, you should have the products. This girl will have eaten her meal and gone before she can wet her palate.
We can have a reenactment like yesterday.
I'm telling you.
I did get a second meal last night.
Well, everybody, it's been fun. Thank you for watching. Hey, Monty and Keebler, how you doing?
Well,
that's why I call him. All right, everybody, stay blessed. Be blessed forever.